Hello. Hello. I'm a bit late, huh? Yes, I know. I know I'm late. I was doing some stuff with Eonwind and Zuna. We were discussing about factions and how to manage factions. And I think it was a good discussion, but it took some time. But it's okay. It was a good discussion because it's an important discussion, because it relates to all the factions quest and how to organize, you know, how to organize that. Let me see, where am I? I think I'm here. Can I already? Yes, I'm already live. Okay, I'm late, but it took me less time to set up. Okay, which is good. I don't know if tonight we can finish what I want to do, but I really want to do what we said yesterday, right? And yesterday we said, and it is kind of the discussion we did yesterday, we said that we want to have a better way to enable the special attacks based on the weapon type or based on specific spells or magic that a weapon should have in the UI in combat mode. So that is what we said, and I think it's a very important change. It's a very important change. I think it will take a bit of time to do it, but I think it will be a good change. It will really be a good change. Okay, I changed the music. I set up this and that. I clicked on everything I had to click. We have a few new Patreons, so thank you a lot for the people that subscribed on Patreon. Thank you. Also, we have more people joining the Discord, which is always nice because it means they are interested in the game and they want to, let's say, they want to support us, and anyway they want to play. So it's always good to see that more people are joining. Our Discord is at the moment I think 500 or so people. Let me just check. It's quite some time I don't check it, but I think we are above 500. Yeah, we are 570 members in Discord, which is nice. And yeah, I think the community is growing. The community is growing a bit, which is good. Which is good. I hope my streaming is helping that. I really hope that my streaming is helping all of that. It's also one of the reasons I'm doing it. Hello, Hula. Good evening. I'm late. I know. So what we said yesterday is that we want to create a system which is able to associate special attacks to combat mode, right? Now, technically speaking, there are a few things to do. The first one is to identify the weapons that have actually a special attack associated. And that's fairly easy because actually we know, based on the attack types, we know if a weapon has a special attack. Now, this thing will happen many times in the game every second, right? So it's not something that we can just go and read all the time. So this has to be set up up front, right? When we load the weapon, right? When we load the weapon. one of the issue that we have is that the special abilities may change when you rank up, and that's kind of an issue. That's kind of an issue, but we need to consider that case as well. So if we go to our talents, we can say that, you know, sword, as when you are rank 10, right, you have side slash, but when you are at rank 30, you also have lunge, right? So you have 2 instead of 1. And it's important that we are considering this case in our code. So we have we have different way of doing this, or we do it server side and we associate to the specific weapon the special attack based on the ID, and that is something that we can do automatically. And I would say that this is fixed because it doesn't have a prerequisite, right? The only prerequisite is, oh, I closed my database. The only prerequisite is to have the weapon in your hand and to actually have the the prerequisite is that you have the ability. The prerequisite is that you have the ability. There is a big design decision here to take. Big design decision. Big, because I have multiple ways of doing this. I have multiple ways I can do that. There are multiple ways. I can. So let's say the requirement is special attacks one-off, right? So specific, let's call it specific, you know, specific for the ID, specific for the item ID. So all the item ID will have that specific attack. So for example, the staff that we said yesterday, the staff of thunder has one special attack. Right? The staff of thunder is one special attack. And this one is based on the weapon ID. So basically when you have in your hand that weapon that is enabling that attack. So and then we have special attacks that are not based on the item ID, but we have special attacks that are based on weapon types. And usually these are multiple, right? Based on weapon type, which are basically these two categories that we discussed before. The left is special attack, the right is weapon type, right? So I need to decide if I want this to be, there are a lot of questions. The first question is this server side, right? And the answer is absolutely yes. The second question is, where does this information reside? Right? Where do we put the special attack? Because at the moment is in this infinite list of tables, so the weapon doesn't know, so I need to go back and find the weapon type or the weapon ID or the weapon ID associated, right? So I don't think it's reasonable. I don't think it's reasonable every time to go back and check which attack type you have, right? So the easiest would be the easiest would be to keep it on the weapon, so that each weapon knows which special attacks can be done with the weapon, right? So I think that my first answer will be on the weapon. The problem is that if we do it on the weapon server side, then we need to send it to the client, because the client needs to know that that particular weapon is triggering a special attack, right? So I think the third question is when do we send it to the client? And this is really a tough question, because we can send it together. There are multiple options here. There is we send it together with the weapon info, but this means that if you have a full inventory, with, I don't know, 10 weapons, it means that every time we send you all this stuff, which seems to be insane, seems to be too much. Or we send it with the weapon info only when you equip it. Yeah, this is a bit better. So only when you put the weapon in your hand, I'm saying, hey, now you have on the left hand these attacks available. Yes, I think this is probably the best way. Because another way would be to send it when we send the skill information. Because actually, when you rank up, when you rank up in any of the skills, we are sending back to the client the updated talents, right? And so in theory we could store this information together with the talents. The problem is that the problem of that no, I mean, this is also a possibility. So basically we could store it on the talent. We could store it on the talent. And what we would store, so a talent would have something like, a talent would have something like no. Because the talent works only for the special attacks enabled by weapon type. Doesn't work for this one. Because this one works only on the specific item IDs, on the specific weapon. It's not associated to a talent. This thing is not a talent. This is a talent. This is not a talent. So there is a, let's say, there is a weapon special attack. And this is a talent-based special attack that then is affecting multiple weapons based on the weapon type. So these are very, very different. So if I store it on the talent, I can only store these ones. I cannot store these ones. Right? If I store it with the weapon, yeah, the only question I have is, do we already have in the editor this information about the talent ID? I think we do, but I'm not sure if we are passing it over. I don't think we are passing it over any structure. Okay, I think yeah, while it's loading, so I think that this is a bad idea. This one is a bad idea, the second one, because we will be able to store only the talent one and not the weapon special attacks, and this I think will be confusing. Yeah, I think it is a bad idea. So this one, I think we will not do it. So I think the best remains this one. We send it together with the weapon only when you equip it. So when you equip it, we need to go and read. For the specific item ID, there will be no difference. Because anyway it's unique. This one is unique. It happens only once and is defined up front. Can never change. Right? It's impossible that it changes unless in the future we will have some enhancement. Hello Matko. Hi. Does anyone chat know Unreal Engine 4 version on Linux that doesn't crash? Good question. I think depends on your Linux. I think depends more on the distribution of Linux than on the Unreal version. Which kind of crash you have? You have a device lost crash, or which kind of crash you have? Hello Reja, hi. Welcome. So I think we can send it together with the client. I think we send it together with the weapon when you are equipping it. My only problem is how to update this one. How to update this one when you rank up. Because when you rank up, this thing is gonna change. This one is fixed, never changes. So this one is easy. We can set it once on the weapon, and when you equip it, we can send this information of a special attack of the weapon. We will have to send. What information we send? What information we send? Well, we need or the attack ID. I think we have the attack ID, no? I think we should have in the skill window. I think in the skill window there is a widget which is called Scalability and Skill Progress, right? And I think that this one gets populated with all the talents. Ability data. Skill ID and ID. Yeah, I think this ID is the ability ID. So I think we have the ability ID and we are sending it already. Because we are receiving it on the client. So in theory we know by name, by name. And then we also have a type. The type is telling us if it's an attack ability or if it's something else. I think the type scalability. I think I closed Visual Studio before. Yeah. Scalability. There should be an F. Scalability is a struct that we created in C++, but then we moved it. I mean, it's usable also by blueprints. No? Okay. Okay. It's not called scalability then. It is called scalability. What? Skill ability. Current project not found. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it took him a bit, but now he found it. He just had to be convinced, but... Okay, scalability is this, right? Yes, his ID, name, category, skill, the skill associated, the rank, the description, the icon, rank icon, skill icon, the type. Exactly, the type is the one that we need, because only the ones with type 1, which is an attack ability, are the one that we want to show, right? Anything else we don't care. Anything else we don't care. So we need to have this ID and this type are the ones that are determining if that ability will actually go into the menu, right? If that ability will go into the menu, yes. And yeah, the problem, so the only thing, so I think I need, hello, Regia, thank you for the subscription. Welcome. So I think we need ID and type. Now, at the moment, we are not storing this information anywhere, okay? So in theory, we need a structure, which is client side, which is storing this for all the abilities that we can actually use in combat, right? So all the ones that are attack type 1. So I would say that when we create, let me see this ability data, okay? Ability data, setup ability widget, setup progress skill widget, okay. Find reference everywhere. Exactly. Okay. So we can do it at this level, or we can do it inside the creation of the progress skill widget. I think it's exactly the same. Skill value. Yeah, the problem is that when I am set player skill value, set brush, create skill ability widget. Create skill ability widget, set current buffet value. Are we clearing out completely the bar when this happens, or because I am inside skill progress, huh? I'm inside skill progress. I need to understand if we are set skill description. No, wait. Setup ability, because one happens at the beginning. You receive all the skills and you see them in the window, right? And you see them in this window. But it happens also that you receive an updated value, because we receive the buff values for skills. Set player buff value. Okay, but this is fine. What I want to know... No. I want to know... There is nothing else, so we receive always the full list. We receive always the full list. That seems to be a bit too much. I don't believe this. I don't believe we are always sending the full list. We have a set skill, right? We have a set skill command, and the set skill command is doing this. For example, this is an example. It's similar to ranking up, because when you receive a buff from a game master or anything, you get this. Award to target. Copy. Award to... What is this award to target? I have no idea. I don't know what is this function really, but fine. I think it's the way that GM gives stuff to people. Send skill list. Fuck. We are always sending the full list, boys. We are always resending the full list. Wow. Wow. Give me a second, boys. I need to go to the bathroom like quick. Do a quick bathroom break. Secret stuff? No, it is bathroom break. Let me rename it. Bathroom break. 1 minute. Bathroom break 1 minute. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, so it seems that we are sending out the full list all the time, but that is something we can improve. Okay, that is something we can improve. But at the moment, I don't care. So we are sending always the full list. Okay. Together with that list, we are recreating, you know, the widgets. So we are basically killing. I don't know if we are really killing it, but are we? I don't see the cleanup. I don't see the cleanup. So it seems that this thing is creating additional widgets that is putting them at the bottom. That's a bit strange. Or is they using... You see, it's recreating a skill progress window all the time. Receive skill stats data. There is receive skill stats and there is receive skill value. Ah, that is probably so. We are resending only the value. Ah, now I understand. Okay. We are resending only the value. So the data is sent once at the beginning, and the value is the one that is resent all the time. Ah, okay. Okay. So assuming that this is true, but I think it is. How do we skill progress for each skill value? Because we search it in this mapping. Yes. So we find the window. So we basically find the right window to update the value. And then we set the value here. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, how do we image skill bar? How do we color the icon that is on top of the skill progress bar? Because actually the skill progress bar is this, but then there are icons on top, right here. There are icons on top for each of the create scalability widget. I think it's probably this. Setup ability. This one I think is created twice actually. This thing I think at the moment is created twice, but yes, but this is the place when your skill is higher, and so we activate the icon. So here is when we gain that particular skill. Okay, so here is where we know that that skill is actually available to us. And we actually have the type. So I think that at this point, you know, what we can do, the problem is where to keep it, but I think we need to keep an array of all the skills divided by what? Divided by skill. So let's assume for a second that I'm doing this, okay? That I'm creating a new array. Now the array can be Interior player controller. That would be the best because it's anyway a player controller definition. So yes. Okay, I think I have a plan, boys. Hello, Marcelo. Hi. How are you? I think I have a plan. So the plan is that in player controller, we are gonna keep an additional variable. And now the only question is if this variable should go C++ side or blueprint side. The question is only if I will have to access this variable from C++ later on. If I have to access it later on, it would be best to put it in C++ directly, right? So that we don't go crazy. And it's probably a good idea in general. So we should add here an array of scalability, and this array will list all the possible attack talents that I have enabled. Okay, let me try. Let me try this 1 second. So on player controller, we save a T array of F scalability. That basically lists all with all talents that are attacks. With all attack talents that I have. With all enabled attack talents, right? Because they have to be enabled, otherwise and this array is already updated every time I rank up, okay? Because every time I rank up, we have seen from the code that this thing is getting updated. So the good part of this is that it's already up to date. And is inside skills. Okay. The problem we have is that actually this part is divided by weapon type. And in the skills, we don't have this information. At least we don't have it until now. We don't have it until now. But in theory, the skill type is 1-to-1. The skill type is 1-to-1 with the weapon type is 1-to-1 with the skill. No, we said it is not, because I can have an attack type like this, which is pointing to 2 different weapon types. That's annoying. That's annoying. So it's not 1-to-1 with the yeah, it's not. So in player controller we may know all the talents that we have enabled in terms of attacks, but we don't know which one go on which weapon. So the information can come here though, because when we equip a weapon, we can send to the client the ability ID, right? Because this one has an ID, right? As the talent ID is present here. And so here we will have only to send the ID. So we need a T array of IDs here as well, which are pointing to scalability. And I don't need to send the whole scalability. I can just send an array of ID, you know, pointing to the scalability. So if I have this information in the weapon, if I have this information here, and I send it based on, based on what? Whenever I equip, I check if it's a weapon. Whenever I equip. Well, let's say whenever I equip in right hand or left hand, right? Because it must be right hand or left hand. So server side. Yes, but anyways here, only when you equip it. So when we equip it, we need to send also this array. Now the question is, do we want to read this array on the fly, or we want to read it, or we want to store it permanently on the weapon? Or do we want want to store it permanently on the weapon. Good question. Good question. Because if you want to store it permanently on the weapon, it means that every weapon server side in your equipment will have an additional T array that has to be populated on loading, that include all the possible attacks, all the possible special attacks that the weapon can do, right? So this means that in our loading thingy, and by the way, when you are picking up a weapon from the ground, that would also trigger. Yeah, but I think if we put it in base stats, I think if we put it in base stats, so basically inside of this, so if we put it inside of this, and we have we could even have a pointer to the F scalability. No, we can have a pointer to F scalability, or yes, because skill abilities are all loaded on Cache Manager, so it could even be a pointer to skill abilities present in Cache Manager, and then when we have to send it to the client, we convert it into a static array of ID, right? And we do it only on a kip, so it's very lean. I think it's very lean. I still need to understand if I want to do it every time we load the weapon. Yeah, but I think we should. And it will list all the special abilities. So okay, I think I'm starting to see a plan in my mind. So basically, okay, so basically when the server loads all basic items, so basically item stats, right, it loads also special attacks into, I think we can have a T array of F skill ability pointer or something, right? Which are all the attacks, all the special attacks this weapon has, okay? All the special attacks of this weapon. All of them, even if they are not enabled on a specific player, right? Because that weapon, I can then trade the weapon to another player, and the other player will have the special ability, right? So the special ability is related to the weapon, not to the player, right? So So I think we can do that. And then when one player keep that weapon, we are sending the list of special attacks converted into a T array of ID, which we know that they are skill abilities, and the client is receiving it, and hopefully is receiving it before no, I can receive it at any time. But yes, he must receive it before he goes in combat mode, because then when the player goes in combat mode, so player goes combat mode, right? And at that time, we create the widget. Well, actually we populate the widget. I think the widget will always be there, but will be empty. Okay, so we populate the widget with special attacks. Now, how do we do it? We take the weapon. We take the weapon array ID, which is pointing to the skill ability. We scan this skill ability. This should not be a T array of skill ability. This one should be a T map. This one should be a T map of skill ability int. This one should be a T map of int skill ability, right? And I think it will work. T map of int skill ability. So the player goes in combat mode. We populate, yeah, not create. We populate the widget with the special attacks. And we do it by matching the weapon T array ID, right? The weapon T array ID with our player controller thingy, right? With this guy. And so we have all the skill abilities. So we have the icon, we have the name, we have the ID. So we have everything, and we can match it. The only thing that we need to know if it's the left weapon or the right weapon, but that we know it because we have a hand, you know, we have a hand, so we need to consider the hand, but it's okay. I think it's okay. And so this will basically show you all the special ability of that weapon at that time. Now, what happens if you are in combat mode and you rank up? Well, that's a bit of a special case, but yes, you can be in combat mode and you can rank up while in combat mode, which is a bit weird, but it may happen. So in that case, we will receive an update from the server of all the new abilities. So this list will be updated. Probably will be destroyed and updated. And yeah, I think you will have to go out of combat mode and go in combat mode again. If that happens, I think it's a case that we don't. We don't cover. Good night, Marcelo. Thank you for saying hello and stopping by. Okay, I think it's a good plan. Okay, let's do it. So I need to add a T array skill ability pointer to my to my base stats, right? So I need to add to my I need to add to my, yeah, it's here anyway. I think we should do it in item stat, because items, there is a bit of a naming mess up, because sometimes we call it base stats and sometimes we call it item stats, but I think it's the same. I think it's actually PS item stats. I think is what we define as base stats in the item. So if I search PS item stats in PS item actor, I think I will get base stat. Yeah, you see the base stats actually is a PS item stats, but it's okay, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, it's the same thing. Okay. That's good to know. So I think we will add to PS item stats a new variable. You are in public, now here we are in private. I mean, I'm fine with private actually. I mean, we can add an accessor method. So we will add a TRA of F skill abilities, okay? All the special attacks let's say in case there is a weapon, it holds all the special attacks this weapon can do, regardless of player skill level. Okay, so basically is all the possibility. By the way, at the moment there are maximum 5, but let's say in the future maybe more than that. But I think it's good that the weapon holds the whole list, you know. So this will be called special attacks, I guess. This will be called special attacks, and special attacks will be initialized, you know, when we create our new PS item stat. Just want to make it empty to be sure that it's not, you know, non-initialized. And then when we load the weapon, now there is only one problem here, that I will have to be able to load the special attacks before loading the weapon. So this becomes a prerequisite, right? This becomes a prerequisite. The only problem, I think, there is a bit of a chicken and egg kind of thing, because the weapon, because the special attack may refer to a weapon as well. Okay, so how do we do it? When we are loading with Cache Manager, Preload Attacks, you see? Preload Attacks. Now I think we need to do it after then, I don't know. because we load item stats here and we load attacks and attack types here. So this information there is a problem. Let me see what attack types is doing. Select start from attack, weapon ID, weapon ID. Let me see what it's doing with weapon ID. Get weapon ID by type ID. Yeah, exactly. I think it's type weapon ID. No, it seems it doesn't require. No, it seems it doesn't require the items to be loaded already. Because it's just storing the ID. It's storing it by ID. It's not storing in weapon ID. You see, it's not storing a pointer to the weapon item, so to the base stats, which is good, I guess. Okay, so actually we can have this. We can have cache manager. Math script, spells, quest, attack and attack type. So I think we can move attack and attack types before item stats. And we can say requires attacks to be loaded. Right? And we can see what happens if we switch the two, but I think it should be fine. So at this point we have our attacks loaded already, right? Which is what we want. And so in my PS item stats, when I'm loading the item, by the way, I think there is a weapon stats. Wait a second. I think we can put it in weapon stats if we want to make it cleaner, because there is an item stats, but then there is also a weapon stats, which I think is used. Wait, weapon stats. Yeah, you see, weapon stats, read stats. So probably it's a better place. I think it's cleaner because this one is applicable only to weapons. Now, is the staff a weapon? Because actually every... no, I think we need to be careful though, because there can be special items that have special attacks just because they are magical. So I think I need to be sure that I'm not messing up this thing. If I put it here, get weapon type by name. Get weapon type by name. Weapon type. Weapon type. No, let's keep it outside of weapon because it is very specialized. I feel that I may mess up if I mean logically it should be here, but I don't understand. Weapon type list. Where this is coming from? Weapon type list. Preload weapon types. Preload weapon types. Hey, weapon types is the one we were looking the other day. It's just a list of weapon. Yeah, it's just this. So for example, our wand, our wand that is the special attack is not in this list because it's a wand. No, I think we should leave it out of weapon item stats. I think we should put it as I put it now in. Yes. Okay. Okay. So when we are reading the item stats, I think we can do it at the end. I think there is no reason to do it at any other point. I think we can just do it at the end. So associate to this weapon any special attacks. Any special attacks? Yes. So and the weapon will always have a default special attack. Okay. Yeah. So we have two things to do. The first is to check if in our attack type something, yes, in our attack type list we need to check if there is a weapon ID which is matching. This guy is an array of attack type. Okay, yeah, we will have to scan it all. But anyway, it's like 20 elements, and in the future maybe 100, but it will never be thousands, right? So I think it's okay. I think we can have a function that is get attack type by weapon ID, which maybe we have already. Get weapon type by ID. No, I need a get attack type by weapon ID. I guess it doesn't exist. Okay. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, this music. This music, boys. Let me pump it up a bit. Bam, 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 bam. Associated with this weapon any type of setting. Okay, I will check it. I will check it. I will check it. Bam, 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 bam. What was it? Associate to ba, 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 ba. Ah yes, any special attacks. Yes, so I need to add. Okay, I'm lowering the music now. We need to implement that function, right? We need to implement that function. So attack type. So this one. Actually, we can just click on this in theory. Yes. And this one will be very easy. It will be like this, exactly like that. Just working on something else, but it's the same thing. So weapon type list num, weapon type current type. No, wait. Mistakes were made. It's not weapon. Yes, it's this one. Attack type list, blah 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 blah. So if current type and ID equal to current type ID, no, weapon ID, yes, then return current type. Okay, so we have our function just extracting the attack type based on the weapon ID, right? So that is the guy that we need to use. So if we go back here, we need to check unique attacks first, right? So we will do, we are already in cache manager. No, we will do cache manager, get attack type by weapon ID, and we need to pass in our ID, whatever it is. I think it's called ID, but it's called the UID. Okay, UID. What? It's called UID. Okay. So this will return PS attack type pointer or null. So this will be our special attack, and yes, if this one is not null, then we will add it to our array, right? So we will do special attacks, add, and what did we say? I'm adding only the idea. I'm adding only the ID. I don't care about anything else. Huh? It's a very simple addition, because then I will. I know, but I have a special attacks defined as. Wait. I have special attacks defined as. No, I fucked up already. No, is an int. Play skill level. It's an array of ID pointing to what? Pointing to the talent. Yeah, because we have the two cases, and the special one and non special one. So for the non-special, no, but anyway, it's pointing to attacks. It's pointing to attacks. No, we said it's pointing to abilities. We said it's pointing to abilities. So if it's pointing to abilities, because then abilities points to attacks. Huh? So in the case of the unique one, which is this, I have a name of an attack type. I have a name. Wait, I'm confusing myself now. I have an ability that points to an attack, that points to an attack type, that points to an attack type, that points to, but it points to an attack type, right? Attack type, what? Attack type. Yes and no, because here, I mean, the best would be to point to the ability. To point to the ability that I need to trigger, because actually I am triggering the ability. I'm not triggering the. Well, I'm triggering. Well, for sure I'm not triggering the attack type, but I can trigger the ability or I can trigger the attack. So this should point or to the ability or to the attack. What did I say? An ID pointing to skill ability. And player controllers pointing to skill ability. The player goes in combat mode. We populate the widget with special attacks, matching the weapon ID with this. Yes, because we need the name of the ability to trigger, actually. Hey, the problem is The problem is that here I don't have the ability at this level. I have the attack. So in this part of the code, I can go up. I can go up to. I am on the weapon at the moment, okay? I can go up to the attack type, and we went up because I have my get attack type by ID. But then in the get attack type by ID, how the fuck do I go to the attack or to the ability? How do I go up? How do I go up? Good question, boys. Because here I get the attack type. And the attack type... I'm losing myself in this mess. What a mess! Is there a what a mess? What is it? I think it's redeem mess.
What a mess.
What a mess. Exactly. I agree, Duke. So basically from this one, because actually is the reverse, you know. From here I cannot go up, I can only go down. But I assume that we can go up somehow. So from the attack type, which is 19, we know that there is a staff of heat that is pointing to this weapon ID. From attacks, we have our staff of thunder, right? Do we go by name here or what? I think we go by name. I think we go. Do we go by name and not by ID? I have to go by name, really? Ah, no. Look at it. Attack type 36. Attack type 36. Attack type. Okay. Okay, so from the attack type, we can actually go up to the attacks by this attack type column. Okay. Now, so we can say if the attack type as my weapon as a special ID. Yes. There is a way. Don't worry. There is a way. So what I need to do, I need to ask to cache manager again. And I don't know if there is a get attack by type ID. No, there is no, because we never navigate up until now. So the function is missing. We never, I mean, I can do get all attacks if I want, but which will be the same, but I think we can have a get attack by attack type. I think is a nice function to have. We can reuse it in the future. So get attack. There should be a get attack by something. Yes. So we will have get attack by attack type, right? And the attack type is an int, which is attack type ID. Yeah, because we never navigated up. That's why these functions are missing, because we never went from the weapon up. We always went from the ability down, right? So get attacked by name. I think we can do exactly the same stuff that we have here. And the difference is that The difference is that we iterate on PS attack, yes, and we check just the attack ID. No, type. We get the type, and from the type we get the ID. And we have to check if this one is equal to our attack type ID. Okay. And in this case we return attack. Okay. So we have now this nice function, which is brand new. And so we will extract special attack dot ID, right? So from the weapon we got the attack type. From the attack type we get the attack. So actually this is wrong. This is not special attack, but it is special attack type. And just to be sure that we are calling things with the right name. And here we get as the result a PS attack. Now the problem is that I think we want to go up even more. We want to go up one more. So we want to go from the attack to the ability. The only problem is that I have no idea if we have at this point the abilities loaded already, because the abilities, I think the abilities, boys, are getting loaded later for sure. There is a prerequisite on everything. Preload skills ability needs attack to be loaded. Okay, needs attack to be loaded, but doesn't need to have item stats loaded. So this one I can move it up. This one I can move it up. So we load attacks, then load skill abilities, which have a prerequisite on this, and then we load item stats, which has a prerequisite on attacks. Right? Okay, so if we do it in this sequence, I don't know if we break something.
Just do it!
Just do it! I don't know if we're breaking something, but probably not. So if we do it this way, we will have our abilities, right, loaded already. And so at this point, what I need to do, I need to go from the attack to the ability. So which is the ability that is enabling this attack? I have no idea if we have the ID connection. I think I don't know. Yes, we have 100%. Is the last column? Yeah, also in this case the last column, whatever. Yeah. Is the attack ID? Yes, absolutely. So we can navigate up, you know, and finally find the ability that is triggering the whole thing. Yeah, it's true that we go a bit up and down, but it's okay. I mean, it's okay. It's not a problem. And this is happening only once, you know, when we load the server. So all this code can also go slow in theory. I think it's going pretty fast, but so if we search abilities, yes, we have this hash. And this hash, I think we will have to read all these hash because we don't have an hash by... I'm pretty sure we don't have an hash by attack ID, right? No. We have a skill ability hashed by skill ID. We have a skill ability hashed by its own ID. And we have a skill ability hashed by name. So we don't have a skill ability hashed by attack type. But considering
Just do it!
but considering that I think there is a cooldown of 60 seconds, so you can do it every 60 seconds if you want. Yeah, so I think we can go directly with, yeah, I think we can just read the ash. I think is fine. I don't think we have a better way. And anyway, we are not speaking of, well, we're speaking of 200, roughly 200 abilities, huh? I mean, it's still something, huh? But get a kill ability by attack ID, okay? And this will be int attack ID. And here we need to cycle on a T map, right? Yeah, we need to cycle on a T map. So we will cycle in the same way that we did a second ago. On this is the same. Is the same. So we have our T map, right? And this T map is, I think we can just scan our skill ability by ash, which anyway, and we create our skill ability, and we want to check if our skill ability. We want to check if our skill ability attack dot ID attack ID is equal to attack ID, right? Okay. So if that happens, if that happens, we just return in this. We just return skill ability. If not, we continue to iterate, and then we return here we return null pointer, right? In case we don't find it. Okay, so now we have this nice new accessor function, and so here we can say, so if attack, because it's only in that case, obviously, if attack, we ask to cache manager, right? We ask to cache manager to get the skill ability, f skill ability, and we pass in what? We pass in attack ID. It's a bit funny because actually we have it already, but I mean, we are going up and down the same structure, but it's okay. We don't have another way to do it. So if that's the case, right? If that's the case, we take our skill ability and we get the ID. Okay, and finally, we have our skill ability. Okay. Check unique attacks first and add the associated skill ability ID, right? Okay, now we need to check the other ones. We need to check the one that are based on a group of weapons, right? Because these ones are the unique, but these ones are the ones that are associated to a group of weapons. Okay, check the weapon type. The weapon type attacks. Next. Or second. Okay. I can say, well, maybe I can say 1. Check unique attacks. 2. Check weapon type attacks. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to see if our let's say the first part I think is the same. Get attack. No, it's not the same at all. Because get attack type by weapon ID. No, it's not the same. Because we need to. In this case, we have weapon type in between. Because this was the case, weapon attack type, attack ability. Here we need to go up this way, right? And there is weapon type in the middle. So, hello, Peter. Hey. Again, thank you a lot for your Patreon support and also the other stuff that you are doing to help us. That's very nice. More help, you know, faster releases and better releases. So I'm working on attack types, and the idea is to generate something like this. So basically next to the combat mode crosshair, we would like to have all the special attacks that you can do, and it will be a list that you can scroll, and yes, it will be a list that you can scroll, and they will appear just for a second. Okay, so will not be that busy. You will see only the main one, and then you will scroll up or down, and then you will see, you know, the other ones, and then it will disappear. So it's only when you are swapping attacks that you will see this. And so this is what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to reach that end state, but to arrive there is a bit of work. This is what I'm doing. So we need to go up from, like we said, we need to go up from weapon to weapon type, from weapon type to attack type. From weapon to weapon type. Yes, so basically I need to understand what is the type of my weapon. Well, the type is easy because we have it. I mean, the type is really an attribute of our weapon. Theory is a type of our weapon. I think it's inside weapon stats. Yes, in this case I think is, yes, you see type. So yeah, weapon type. So I think it's very easy. We can just check weapon stats, weapon type. So weapon stats must be valid. So let's say if weapon stats and weapon stats item type, sorry, weapon type I mean, but it's private. Can I get weapon type in any way? No, it's private. Okay, GG. Do we have a ease of this type? No, we don't have it, so we need to add the function, huh? Do we want to have a ease something, or do we want to get the weapon type and then I think I want to get the weapon type. I don't know why weapon type is not, because from the weapon type, let's assume that I have the weapon type. Then what I do with that? What I do with that? I have my weapon type. Weapon type will have weapon type will have a name, will have an ID, a name, and skill. So I think the ID is the one that we need. Yes, the ID is the one that we need because we need to see if the weapon is in. Okay. Yeah, so we need to get basically we need to get weapon type. We need to get weapon type, boys. Item stats. What? String weapon type. No, I need the ID. I need the. Yeah, this one is not good enough. That one is not good enough. That one is not good enough. You know what we can do? We can just do a get weapon type ID and. Now, but wait a second. Wait a second. I need to be inside weapon type. Weapon stats. Yes. Weapon stats. Okay, here. Get weapon type ID. Right? And we just return weapon type. We just return. No. Fuck. Not here.
Simple pleasures for a
Simple man. I know. It's simple pleasure in this case, but it's good pleasure. Eh? I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, even if you don't believe it. But I am. It doesn't look like, but I'm really smiling. I'm really smiling now. What do you mean public? This was public already. It was all public. Why we say public? Because just we want to, you know, confuse ourselves or what? So if weapon stats, then return what? Uh-oh. What? What? This is not a pointer. What do you mean it's not a pointer? Uh-oh, it's not a pointer. Oh, fuck. And so if it's empty, what? If it's empty, GG? No, I don't understand. I don't understand. What do you mean? It's impossible. Bro, bro, please. No, we need weapon stats to be weapon stats. Yes, weapon stats. How do you initialize this thing? Do you even initialize? You don't even initialize it. I don't believe it. You don't even initialize it. So if this thing is returning, an empty, if this thing is returning null, then what do you do? Because this thing can return null. For sure. Yes. Easy. So we need to return. Okay. Okay, I think I understand. What? No, it's not accessible. Do we have a friend? Maybe we have a friend. Ah, we have a friend on weapon type. We have a friend? Maybe we have a friend. We have a friend. Ah, so it's easier than I was thinking. Weapon stats is actually a friend of us. Ah, is a friend. You see, friend class. So we don't need this shit. Because it's a friend. So if weapon stopped weapon type, it means that it is a weapon of some kind. And so we get weapon stat weapon type ID. And it is returning the ID of that thingy. Now we need to check it against this thing. So we need to check it against weapon. So we need to check attack types by weapon type. Yes, attacks type by weapon. I don't think we have this. I don't think we have this. Get attack type by weapon type. By weapon type. No, weapon type. Yes, exactly. And this one will be this. Okay. I know it is a bit convoluted, but it's okay. Just because you know, we are going through a full structure. Seems to be a pretty enjoyable fighting system. Yeah, I think so. Also because you can decide special maneuvers on the left hand or the right hand. So I think it would be nice. I don't know. I mean, we will have to see, but I think it would be nice. I have the feeling that would be nice. Parapam parapam. Assassin's Creed, eh? Assassin's Creed. Good games. Get weapon type. No. Get attack type by. Exactly. Get a attack type by weapon type. By weapon type ID would be, but anyway. Okay. So now that we are here, it should be something similar to this again. The only problem is attack type, blah blah blah, current type, blah blah blah. I mean, why we are so verbose? I don't know why we are so verbose, really. Are we paid by number of lines or what? Apart from the fact that we are not paid at all to do this job, but anyway. Yeah, why there is all this, you know? I mean, because it was cleaner or what? Look, it's all done like this. It's just verbose. I don't know, it's just... Well, I mean, what is the point? Okay, it's all like this, so it will take me like 2 days to fix it, so I'm not gonna fix it. So get an attack type by weapon type, right? So we get our ID. What we need to see is if our ID is weapon types. I think this one unfortunately is a string. Ah no, it's an array. Ah, it's an array. It's an array of weapon types. Ah. So we can say if weapon types dot contains, because believe it or not, TRA has a contains ID. Ah no, fuck. Because weapon types is no, it's impossible. No, like this will not work. No. Because it's not going to consider the... no. We need to cycle. No, we need to cycle, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we need to cycle, boys. We need to cycle on... Because we need the ID of the weapon types. Because that's what we have. Hello? Doesn't like me. He doesn't like me. I don't know why, but he doesn't like me. Why? You can do it. Ah, fuck. Sorry. Mistakes. Mistakes were made. So if current type blah, 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 then return what? Then return. We need the type of attack. Yes. So we return. Yeah. We return current type. And if not, we return null. Yes. Okay. So good. So we do this. So we have our function now, which is returning the attack type by weapon type, which is anyway what we needed. Okay, which is this thing. So now we have the special attack type, which is identical to this, by the way. So in reality, the rest of the code is identical. Because now I am here. And the rest of the going up is identical of the rest of going up here. So I don't want to duplicate the code. So what should I do? I should put this into a function. Or can we call it twice by an array or a for loop or something? Yeah, I could put it into an array and loop, but I think it can be a function, and we can say add a special attack. So in theory, this piece, right? This piece should become a function and be called twice. And where do I put this function? This function is basically going up the chain. So from the special attack is getting the attack type, and from the attack type is getting and sorry, from the attack is getting the ability, and from the ability is adding it. Okay. Basically the question is, from an attack type, give me the corresponding ability, right? From the attack type, yes, from the attack type, give me the ability. I think all of this can be a function in Cache Manager, our nice guy Cache Manager. So I think we can do this. We can go in Cache Manager and say, where do we have abilities here? Ability. So I can create a new function, right? Wait, I cut it off. No, I didn't. Which is returning an ability, which is get scalability by attack type, right? And by attack type ID or whatever. And attack, or we can even pass the attack type and then the ID. Yeah, let's say by attack type, because I think we will never go by ID in that case. So we can pass in an attack type, which is this, right? And then we implement this guy, and in this guy we put pretty much this code, which at this point I can really cut off, and we do attack type, blah blah blah, get attack type by ID, and get my attack. If my attack is valid, I return this. Which can be null as well, but hopefully not. And now I can get my thingy by attack type, and I mean, it's not saving a lot of lines, but it's saving a few, and I think it's a bit nicer. So scalability, and then scalability ID. Okay, so here we do the same. We just call this line and then this line, with the difference that here we pass yeah, but it's the same. Yes, we pass the same, and we just need to be sure that it is valid though, huh? Because here we are not checking too much. So we need to be sure that attack type is valid, because it may not be. Right? And only if that is valid, and only if ability is valid as well. Because if we don't get the ability, I mean, this is basically impossible in theory, but I think we should check it anyway. Because if it's not valid, that will crash. What I'm doing, I don't know what I'm doing. This should be here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I mean, it's been a bit of a long road, but I think that this thing should do what we need. Okay, we can test it right now because actually that piece. Wait, what did I change? Did I change anything here? I don't think I changed anything. I think I just moved few boxes while I was reasoning, but we didn't change anything, right? I don't think we did change anything. I don't remember. Hopefully not. Okay, so we're going to recompile this. And so in our plan, which is this one, we are doing this part. We are doing this part. We will have to do this, and this, I guess, but this is actually divided in two. I mean, the rank up event we need to do, and we also need to do the loading. Yeah. Let me redo this thing. So we have two cases. We receive the list of abilities, and we rank up. Okay. But we rank up is included because we rank up is calling the same function. So actually, it's only one event. Okay. So yes, we need to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Plus, we will have to do the UI, right? We will have to do the UI. Yeah, there are a few pieces into this thing, huh? Build UI. So there are actually few pieces. How do I say that something is under work? I have no idea. We never said that. We never said that we want something to be, that something needs to be done. But we will do it like this. Okay, so we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Has just begun.
I think so, man. I think, but probably. Yeah, because we changed it to an int. That's why. So we are doing the first piece, but it's a very important first piece, right? It's a very important first piece, and we should not give up. We should not give up on the first piece. Right? Should not give up on the first piece, boys. Okay, succeeded, Succeeded. Okay, so now we're gonna launch it. And what I want to see is, first, the fact that I swapped all the prerequisite and stuff, if it's basically breaking or not. But second, I want to see if when I load my weapon, when I load my weapon, and actually I have two weapons that are using special attacks. Yes, I'm using the production database, which is good. I think we should do it by ID. So we have 865, for example, right? We have 865. And so we can put a conditional breakpoint here. I think there should be a conditional breakpoint where my UID is equal to 865. Can I say or? No, I can say only and. I wanted to say or. Okay, GG. What happened? Okay, we already crashed, so... We already crashed, boys. We crashed because we cannot load something. I think there are some prerequisite. Fuck. Cannot load attack 1 default. Outcome script attack default not valid. Cannot load attack. So it is in PS load attack. Cannot load attack, blah blah blah. The mage script doesn't exist. Probably because attacks require... Let me see. Probably because attacks require math scripts. Hey, if it requires math script, it's a bit of a mess, but requires math script, huh? Hey, yes, it requires math script, boys. It requires, because this one is searching for the script, and it's searching the script inside find script, and this one I think is going cache manager again. Scripts. We have some dependency in the loading. Boys. We have some dependency in the loading. Yes. Okay. Fine. We can mess it up even more. Mess it up even more and see what happens. Why not? So basically, attacks, right, requires math scripts to be loaded. So I cannot move that. So I need to move this to before attack types and see what happens. Yeah, because there are a lot of now I hope we don't find a cyclic, you know, I like a cyclic dependency, because if we find a cyclic dependencies we may be fucked. Exactly, never give up. One succeeded. Okay, one succeeded. Let me see what we destroyed. Let me see. Let me see what we destroyed, huh? Yeah, we destroyed something else. Very nice. Cannot find quest while loading prerequisite. Ah, okay. Here we find the cyclic dependency. Fuck. Here we found the cyclic dependency. Here we found the cyclic dependency. Because prerequisite XML, prerequisite XML in PS Quest. Yeah, because we are trying to load quest, okay? We are trying to load quest, and quest need no, I don't understand. I can find quest even while loading prerequisite script. It is PS Quest, right? What the fuck? Why is giving an error inside PS Quest about finding another quest? What do you mean? Completed. I know, but I think you gave an error somewhere and you didn't tell me. That's the problem. I think you failed to load a quest and you didn't tell me. I don't understand where we are. Wait. I don't understand where we are and what we are doing. So let me run it again and see when we arrive here. I think the problem is that we don't have the items loaded yet. I think that's the issue. I think the issue is that we don't have the items loaded yet. By the way, I need to save this file, huh? Let me save it. Oops. Let me save it as area mission talent abilities 2. Okay. So we are here, right? Load prerequisite. Let me go back and see where we are in the sequence. What? Oh my god, we have a prerequisite on the attack on some quest. Holy shit. Oh my god. Really? Oi, 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 oi. So basically, attacks may have some prerequisites in quest, believe it or not. There can be a quest blocking a special attack because the attack required that quest to be executed. I mean, that's so stupid, by the way, but this is how we did it for some attacks. So if you don't have the quest loaded, the attacks may not load in. The problem is that I cannot load the quest before the item stats, because if I don't have the item stats, I think the quest will fail, because the quest are searching like give this item to this NPC. Okay, so we found a cyclic. We found a cyclic dependency, as I was thinking. Interesting. We found a cyclic dependency. We found a cyclic dependency. Fuck. I mean, quest depends 100% on items. I mean, that's for sure. Plus, they depend on NPC. They depend on a million things. I mean, quest, we cannot really load it too early because this guy is like a monster, right? He requires everything in the game. He requires everything in the game. Even if, wait a second. This one seems to be loading only the steps. There is a preload quest, but it's not the real quest thingy. There is the preload quest. Because I think that then we do in... We have the real quest loading, which is happening at the end of everything. Wait a second. Game mode, begin play. No. Game state, begin play. NPC managers. No? No. 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 Okay. Where are we loading the quest scripts? The quest scripts, because these are just the quest, and that's fine. But the quests are not the quest scripts. You see that is select star from quest is not select star from quest script. So it's only preloading the name of the quest, which is very good for us because maybe we have a way out. If I search quest underscore script, exactly, this is inside load quest script, which is coming through quest manager, and quest manager is coming way after cache manager. Way after cache manager in our sequence. So I think we are good actually. If I invert those two, I think we may be good. Quest manager. So quest manager is initialized here, and yes, it requires cache manager loaded. So yeah. Because cache manager is one of the first ones that we do. Yes, you see, preload all. Okay. Well, then maybe we didn't find a cyclic dependency. I think we didn't. But this one requires math script and quest and preload quest. So you know what? I think I'm just gonna move this here. And I think we may be okay. Because quests are split in two different loading. One that is just loading the quest name and is preloading their prerequisite in a very simple way. And then there is the real loading at the end, which is parsing the whole thing. So I think we have a chance. If not, we will have to do 2 cycles. 1 cycle on the abilities and 1 cycle on the weapons after the weapon have been loaded. I mean, we can do it, it's not a problem. But I would prefer avoid, you know, doing the 2 passes. I would prefer do it all inside the weapon load. It would be better. Okay, this one we can skip. Okay, we are in our get attack type. Okay, nice. So I think we hit our code. Yes, we actually hit our code. Special attack type, weapon stat, weapon ID. Let me just check if this code is okay by any chance. So we have a weapon that is associated to martial arts. Okay. What the hell is this weapon though? What the hell is this weapon? Ah, it's the fist. It's the fist, so it's the default weapon. Okay, it's the default weapon. The default weapon is in a group that is actually martial arts. Yes, it is. And we are searching if there is an ability associated to martial arts, which in theory there is not. Okay, so this should return null. Let me see what is going on. If attack, get attack type by ID. Attack type is Asteria fighter, so I'm passing in 17. Okay, and attacks by ID. Attack default. Attack default, normal hit. Ah, this get type is null. Why did this get type is null? Probably because type is valid only. Ah, yes. He's right. Yes, because get type is get type on the attack may be null. Yes. Fine. So basically on the attack table, attack type, well, the fact that it's null, I don't know. Wait, get attack by attack type. So we are extracting attacks. Yes. And why the attack type? Probably because it's 0, eh? So it's not associated to any special at 20. Strange that 0 is the default. So probably yes, in this case is not returning anything, but it's okay. I think anyway, if this one is null, we should not proceed, okay? If this one is null, we should not proceed. And I think the first attack, which is the default, has no type. So I think we are okay. So I added the check that the type is not null, so we will skip it. Which is great. We have a conditional breakpoint on 865. I would like also to have another conditional breakpoint on any weapon that is, for example, a sword, right? So if I take item stats and I go into even this one, short swords, right? So 500 and 515, we can breakpoint in the same way. Can breakpoint in the same way when UID is equal to this. Okay. So we'll break in 2 cases. And for the rest we will let it go. And then I need to go though, because it's already midnight something. And then I need to go. Same, I guess. Problem or not? Ability attack. Yes, ability attack must be valid. If it's not valid, we just return null. True. Very true. Okay, these are simple mistakes, but I mean good checks, because we have abilities that don't have an attack ID specified, so it's normal that this happens, so it's okay. For now, everything seems to be as expected. For now. Okay, recompiling. Go. Okay, let's go. Let's see if now it doesn't crash anymore. And also we want to see if it stops at our breakpoint, so we can see if you're actually loading special abilities. And if it loads the special abilities, the first part of the problem will be solved. Let's see. Okay, so we breakpoint on the short sword, I guess. So we want to see if 515. Yes, this one has no special attack, so this part will be skipped. But this one should be there. Exactly. So we go inside of this, we check the attack type. Yes, we get single-handed sword. Yes, so We go inside of this and we search if we have any ability which is associated to the special attack, and we don't get it. This is not correct, huh? This is not correct, because in theory, special attack type, single-handed sword. Let me check. Attack type, so special attack type, single-handed sword, right? So this single-handed sword must be of weapon type 1, 2, or 9. Weapon type 1, 2, or 9 is sword, dagger, or sabre. Now I selected a short sword. And the item type and the item type is sword, right? So this one should be absolutely included in this list, right? So for some reason it's not, so we need to understand why. Okay, so let's debug inside of this function. So we are going in with single-handed sword. This is what we are going in with. We are checking if we have an attack by ID. Yes, exactly. And we actually have it. Because we have side slash, right? Which is pointing to, yes, so we have side slash. And side slash is this attack. Side slash, this one. And this one should be number 10, part of a skill ability. Side slash, we should have 10 as attack ID, you see? 10 attack ID. So in theory, it's all connected. Now the code doesn't find it, so let's see why. Side slash, I have it. I go in cache manager and I'm searching my attack by ID. And I enter here and I go skill ability by Ash. I have, yeah, the first one is actually the one that we need, I guess, right? We need to check if the why the attack is empty. The attack is empty. No, if the attack is null, we will never find it. Why the attack on this ability is null? Are we loading the abilities before or after? No idea. Oh, fuck. We are loading the abilities after. We are loading the abilities after. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. We have again a cyclic dependency. We have again a cyclic dependency, boys. Because skill ability, yeah, because we are trying to go up at the wrong time. Oh fuck, we are trying to go up at the wrong time. So basically we are No. Wait a second. Skill abilities requires attacks to be loaded already. No, because we didn't change anything in this, right? We didn't change the sequence of that. Did we? Because the problem is that attacks has skills into it, but this one requires attack, so I don't know. Wait a second, I'm confused. Let me check that file 1 second. How it was before our change, and I want to see what was the sequence. I want to see... oh fuck, we moved the abilities down like 3 million kilometers. Yeah, so we moved the skill abilities here. We moved skill abilities there. I moved it there because I needed attacks, or I moved it there. Why? Sorry, why skill abilities require? Yeah, it requires attacks because. Yes, but then it's okay. I don't understand why this ability has attacks. I mean, we are loading attacks before, so why is complaining? Why is complaining? No, I'm confused of this function. This function is not loading. This function is not loading skills. Attacks. Is there another function? Wait, maybe there is another function. Skill abilities. Is there another one for skills? No. Then who is populating skills attacks? I don't understand. I think this phrase is wrong. We don't need attacks before. I think skill abilities should be before this. Because attacks needs a prerequisite XML. Okay. I think we moved the skill abilities in front of attacks, and we said requires attack to be loaded already. I'm not sure why, but we said that, so there must be a reason. If I look at the code of preload skill abilities, or I'm missing something, probably I'm missing something because it started to be late, but if I'm looking inside preload skill abilities and I'm searching in the current block attack, we have load ability, okay, which is here. New consistency check. If it's an attack ability, it needs to have an attack with the same name in the database. Ah, because I added the consistency check. Fuck. Okay, I see. But you know what? The consistency check, ability type 1 and attacks ID. Yeah. I did it for the consistency check. Well, I can do the consistency check on the... I mean, or I do it by sequel, which would be good as well. Or I do... Yeah, I can do it by sequel, and so it's not required. So I can move the ability before. Because it's only for my consistency check that I had to add this, right? Now, is it worth doing a database hit? I mean, we are in the loading of the server, so in the reality we don't really care. But is it worth doing a database hit just to do this consistency check, or can we do this consistency check maybe later on, right? Yeah, I think we can do this consistency check later on. I think it would be the best. So I could yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's do the okay, I think I have a plan. The plan is this consistency check is nice, but we will do it after. We will not do it here. I think it's not a good idea to do it here. Because if we do it here, all our logic is of predecessors and is fucking up. Okay, so we will just have, you know, we will just have a new function which will be called check abilities and attacks, right? Check something like check skill abilities and attacks, which is anyway a good function, right? And we return false if this one is not working. And do you think it can declare it, or it's too hard? I think it's too hard. Cannot declare it. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna declare this one, skill ability checks and attacks, and we are going to do I think I can put it at the end as well. No, I think I can do it. I mean, any place. I don't really care where I put it. I think I can put it here. I don't know, any place. And what do we do? This will be a boolean check skill abilities and attacks. And what this one will do, we'll just iterate on it just need to iterate on all the abilities that we have loaded, right? And it will do the consistency check. And if he has an error, if he gives an error, it will give an error. So so we need to do cache manager. We need to do skill ability by Ash. Yeah, so we will have to iterate. Give me an iterator, please. Give me an iterator. Give me an iterator. Yeah, copy pasting is always nice. So we will iterate on skill abilities. Fuck, skill ID. How do we call it? How do we call it? Skill ability, yeah. Why doesn't find it? I don't know. Scalability by probably because this one is not declared. Consistency check between skill abilities and attacks. Okay. So okay, Visual Studio decided that it's too late. Visual Studio just decided that it's too late and it doesn't want to cooperate anymore. Okay. Oh my god, quick. It doesn't want to cooperate anymore. But I think we are pushing for it anyway. Come on, select that. Okay. Okay, sorry. Right. Wait. Don't understand exactly what I'm doing. Wait. Yes, I have to check if the skill ability is of type 1, meaning that is an attack. And I need to check if in attack ID it contains the skill ability. Yes. It contains skill ability attack ID. Skill ability attack. I mean, obviously skill ability attack needs to exist, because if it doesn't exist, this check will fail. And attack, get ID. Okay, so it is the same. It is the same check that we were doing before. The only difference is that now we are doing it in a different place, right? Way later. And so at this point, this doesn't require any more attacks to be loaded. And so we can move it before attacks. And so now, in theory, everything should work as expected. Okay. Let's try. Yeah, there is a bit of dependency to sort out here, and the problem was just the consistency check. I think it's fine to do the consistency check later on. It's perfectly fine. Perfect. Let's see. Drum roll. Drum roll. At the end anyway, we will win, you know. So you can, the code can complain as much as you want, but at the end, we will win. It's just a matter of fixing it, but we will fix it. Even if it doesn't work now, it will work later. Return false. Yes. Return true. Is actually very correct. Do we need the count? No, we don't need this count. What is this count? Okay, succeeded, boys. Let's see. So the compilation went fine. Now we are back to the same point of where before, of checking if our weapon is getting the right ability associated. So our weapon needs to know if he has a special ability or not associated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But it didn't work yet. It didn't work yet, Hula. We are. I mean, a piece, okay, compiled, but you know, between okay, here we are. Here we are, huh? Here we are. The weapon is what? The short sword. Okay, the short sword. He doesn't have any special ability single, but he has group weapon type special abilities. So this one should not be null. Okay, that's nice. Now this one should not be null. Ah, fuck! It's still null. No! Why? Okay, we still have a problem somewhere. Let me see. The attack is okay. Side slash, yes. Do we still have the ability without the freaking attack? I think we still have the ability without the freaking attack, boys. Yes, we still have the ability without the attack. I have no idea when this is loaded, actually. But when this is loaded, good question. I mean, for sure not here, because if he was here, we wouldn't know it, right? So where is this freaking attack loaded? I don't understand. There must be somewhere an attack equal to. I mean... Oh, fuck. Where do we associate? Where do we associate the... So now I moved... Yeah, but I really need to go. Fuck. I wanted to fix it before going, but... I think it's tough. I moved skill abilities, you know, before attack types, before attack. So in theory now the sequence is exactly as it was before, right? So... I don't understand why when I'm loading skill abilities it has attack as null. I mean, it's never been loaded, maybe? Fuck. But you see that here our new ability is never setting attack, right? This F skill ability, right, is F skill ability as PS attack, okay? This one seems to be never initialized. I don't understand why. Never set. This seems to be never set. Why? Why is never set? Do we even use it? Maybe we don't use it. Maybe we don't use it. Yeah, I think it's the one, you know, that I said the other day. Yesterday I said, this attack ID is actually never used, right? And I said, I don't even know if I need it, right? Yes. So I think this one is never set in our code at the moment. So that's the problem. The problem is that it's never set. The problem is that it's never set. So... The problem is that it's never set. I think so. Fuck. So what I did here is useless, huh? Fuck me. Okay, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So let's assume that was never said. I think it was never said, by the way. I think it was never ever said. So we do new ability. Wait, new ability. Attack. Okay, attack. Equal to. We're already in cache manager, so we do get attack by ID, and we pass in this. Yes. Attack ID. Okay. So now we are loading it. Now we are loading it. Now we are loading it. Now we are loading it explicitly. I think that row was never used. So actually, now that I did this, I could I could bring back my, but I will leave it separate. It's okay. I think it was never loaded. It was just a missing piece of, I mean, it was never there. Because we were not using it, and so it was never loaded. Okay. Now I want to say, oh, nice. So now we get our skill ability starting from attack type. So what we did this. We did this. Wait, we did this. Weapon type, attack ability. So we did this. So from the weapon, we checked if there is an ability that is referred to this weapon, right? And actually we found one, and now we are adding it to the list. Why we are not cycling again? Wait. There is a mistake here. Yes, we found one, but actually there can be many. There can be 5. So I think that this function is a bit get attack by attack type. Get attack by attack type. Get attack by attack type. Attack ID. This can be multiple. This can be multiple. Because I can find get attack but attack type. Wait a second. Get attack by attack type. Yeah. You see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck. Okay. No worries. This is an array. Okay? This is an array. Don't worry. We can fix it. I told you. We can. Okay. Okay, we have it. So this will return multiple, right? Multiple, because it must return multiple. And get attack by type. Get attack type by type. Get attack type by. Get attack by attack type. What? Is this one, huh? I don't know. I hope it's this one. So now this one will return multiple. That is exactly what it needs to do. Exactly what it needs to do. And so now this one can return multiple abilities. Oh my god. Yes, 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 yes. It can return multiple attacks. You see here, this is multiple. And it can return multiple abilities. Oh my god. This thing is multidimensional. This thing is like living in the Draken plane. Okay. So this thing is also returning now multiple attacks. Yes. So get scalability by attack type. Get scalability by attack type. So this one is now becoming multiple. Okay, it's becoming multiple because actually it can return multiple. And so now wait. Yes, exactly. And so now this one will return a T array of abilities, right? And if we find it, we want to add them all. We want to add them all. So this will be if skill abilities right. What we want to do, I don't know. So I mean, we just want to add them all. That's it. So we will add skill abilities dot I of ID, right? Now we have a bit of a problem here because in the other case, which is this case, we only have one. So we know that we only have one, but it is a bit of a different thing. So, but the concept is identical. The concept is identical. Okay. Hello, Kenrix. S2. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We will do it no matter what, okay? No one can stop us. Oh my god. Another issue. What the fuck? Why? Ah, because this one now is an array as well. Okay, because also the attacks can be multiple. Oh my god, everything becoming an array, boys. Everything becoming an array. No. Wait, I lost what I need to do here. Ah, yes. I know. It's the same. It's the same thing. Don't worry. Attacks, num is the same thing. We just need to iterate on this thing and bring it back to bring it back to this. Yes. Okay. What the fuck? Did I do it right? I don't think I did it right. Yes, I did it right. Okay, compiled. Last chance, and then I really need to go. Oh my god, it's one is after one. But I want to finish this. I want to finish this. At least a piece. I want to at least have a piece that is working, you know? At least a piece, please. Well, actually, it is already working a bit, but we can do better than that. Okay, it's loading, it's loading, it's loading, it's loading, it's loading. Ah! What the fuck? What do you mean scalabilities of I? What do you mean scalabilities of ID is 0? What do you mean? What? No, I don't understand. Where is the issue, boys? There is just a for loop on an array. Oh my god, it's all null. Null, 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 null. It's all null. What the shit did I write? I wrote something stupid, huh? I wrote something stupid. I know. I wrote something stupid. Okay, let me check. Let's go inside of this, okay? So we are searching by attack type. Okay. We are searching by attack type. Attack type is number 4, two-handed. Okay, two-handed. We have our results. We are searching by an attack by attack type where the ID is 4. We get 5 results. Power attack, mighty swing, guard rack, feint smith, whatever. Whirlwind strike, right? We get our 5 attacks, so it's very good. It's very good. It's very good. What did I did? What did I do stupidly? I did something stupid here. Ah, they may not have an ability connected. Well, I don't know. What do you mean it may not have an ability connected? I mean, they must have an ability connected. I mean, basically what is happening is that this is returning null. This one is returning null. Why? I don't know. But attack ID is searching. A skill ability is searching. A skill ability with attack ID equal to 30. Yes, actually it's not there. Okay. Yeah, because probably at this one that we are missing. Okay. I mean, in this case, is right. And actually the attack ID that we are searching is 30. And 30 is what? 30 is power attack. And power attack, probably we never finished it. Power attack. Power attack. What is power attack? Yes, power attack is unused. Okay. Power attack is unused. So in this case, yeah, in this case we are fine. If there is no ability associated, right? If there is no ability associated, I think we are fine to skip it. So if this is null, we can skip it. Okay, it's okay. So ability equal to this. So if ability, we add this. If not, yes, because there are some in our database that are attacks, but they are not connected to an ability. So certain attacks don't have the connection up. You know, just because we didn't finish the job, but in the data, but still the code should never crash, right? The code should just say, hey, you don't have an ability. I mean, it's fine. I'm just not crashing. I'm just not loading it. Maybe it can give a warning. Maybe it could give a warning saying, there is no ability, but in theory it could be, because the attack can be, yeah, it could be. So it's fine. Oh my god, it's super late. It's super late. Go, 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 go. Quick, 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 quick. Quick, 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 quick. Okay, we are here again. Now we want to see if we get 5 skill abilities which are not null. Okay, these are not null, so we got our thingy. And so we are gonna add it. Oh, it is very nice. It is very nice. I think now it's working. And so at the end we have 5 special attacks on this weapon that I don't know what is it. This weapon is a short sword, right? And we loaded these special attacks, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, they are in a sequence, but special actually should be called special abilities. But okay, special attacks, fine. Special attacks should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, which are all the ones related to the sword, right? So it is correct. Now let's see for the magic wand. Let's see for the magic wand, which should be the next one. No? Yes, here it is. It's stopped for the magic wand. 865, perfect. So the magic wand has a staff of thunder. Yes, staff of thunder. So it's doing the same check, so in theory it should work. We get 1 skill ability, which is staff of thunder. Yes, with ID 179, and we add 179 to the list. Yay! Okay, it works. So we finished point number 1. Holy shit, this was something. We finished point number 1. Okay? So tomorrow and Saturday we will go, well, Saturday at this point. Tomorrow will not be here, but Saturday we will go through point number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. And when all the 5 are finished, we will have our new system. Yay! Okay, guys, thank you for watching. If you want to click on follow on Twitch, that would be nice. Also, if you want to click on subscribe on YouTube, will be also nice. We are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And if you want to do a bit more, you can become a Patreon at patreon.com/planeshift, and you can get access to the alpha of the game, play it tonight, because the server is up, so you could download it and play it right now. And you can also access to the supporters channel and some additional stuff that I'm posting from time to time. And of advertisement. Okay, thank you for watching. See you guys. Bye bye. I have to run and sleep now. Sleep now. Bye. Thanks for this fascinating peek under the hood inside of your workflow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. Just found the game today. Looks interesting. Yeah. Join us again. I'm streaming basically every day except Friday, basically, but because Friday I do something else.